Hey. Yeah, so when we were little, I remember not feeling loved, and I used to wonder, you know, if other kids feel loved, and we had friends. I made friends with Debbie and Lisa, and their mom was my mother's friend, you know. I think they were the only two divorced women at church, and so they had a bond, because back then being divorced was just a scandalous thing. And they were, you know, they had kids. Anyway, Lucy remarried during the time that we knew them, and I used to love going to their house, and my mom didn't like it, and I went too much, but Lucy was nice to me, you know. I felt loved at their house. They had a grandmother and an uncle that lived there, and, you know, Lucy and her new husband, and then 4 girls. The 2 oldest were my age. Yeah, and another grandmother downstairs in the basement. Yaya, they called her Yaya. So it was like a whole extended family, and all those people were nice to me. And we would go downstairs, Lucy and Lisa and me, into Jaja's apartment, little, you know, basement apartment, and she would talk to us and laugh. She was a party grandmother. And, you know, and then Lucy's mom lived upstairs, and she was nice too, but very grandmotherly. There was just so much love in that home, and I loved being there. And my mom didn't like it, and it was wrong. I was gone too often. I would go like every other week and spend like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and go back to school Monday, and not be home till Monday night, because it was Pathfinder. So I'd be gone, you know, since from Thursday night till Monday night. I was 12. It was inappropriate. And so, anyway, she told the whole family that she went over to pick me up one time at Lucy's house when I wasn't planning to come home, and I'm like, I don't want to come home. And she was like, well, you have to come home now. And I'm like, but I'm spending the weekend with my friends. And she said, no, you have to come home, get your stuff ready. And while I was doing that, and Debbie and Lisa were like, oh, we're so sorry you have to go, you know. She and Miss Lucy had a huge yelling fight downstairs. And the 3 of us girls were scared, like, oh man. So they had a huge fight. I don't even remember. I was too scared. We were scared that, you know, our mothers are having a fight. And so when we got back home, I don't even remember the car ride home, but when we got back home, she told everybody that I had wanted to go live at Lucy's house, and that there was a plan that Lucy had been in on to have me live there forever. And everybody in my family got angry at me. I was like a traitor. My siblings were like, what? You know, they said things, they gave me weird looks. My grandmother, I think, or my grandfather, at some point they were saying, oh, why would you want to go leave? You know, and I'm just like, I don't want to go, but nobody believed me. And when I grew up, I just kind of put that out of my mind. I'm an adult, and I'm thinking differently, and I see life differently. But then when she was living with us, and she would go to Pace and lie about me, you know? I mean, bold-faced lie about me. And I was like, she hasn't changed at all. She was exactly the same. And I thought, that's when I realized that what happened at Lucy's house was part of her cruelty to me. I thought, initially as a child, I thought I must have done something wrong. Yeah, okay, so I shouldn't have been over there that much. But I thought it was me. There was something wrong with me. It was my fault. I had done something to create that problem. I had done something to create the argument between my mother and Lucy. But as an adult, and she did the same and told the same awful stories at Pace about my mother. Man, she's been lying about me to people forever. And nothing is different. Just the audience is different. And that showed me that she was like really crazy. It wasn't me being bad as a kid.